When you walk into a grocery store, every single item has a barcode.
Oh, right. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. You grab a box of cereal, you scan it, beep. You grab a bottle of water, scan it, beep.
It's an incredibly efficient system, honestly.
It really is. The store knows exactly what is on the shelf, what it costs, and exactly what aisle it belongs in.
Right. It keeps the entire inventory organized. Very predictable.
Exactly. But then you step out of the grocery store, you walk into the real world, and you realize something kind of wild.
What's that?
We're doing the exact same thing to each other.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We look at someone, we hear one single fact about them, and beep, we put a barcode on them.
We do. And in a fraction of a second, that person is no longer, a complex, breathing human being.
Right.
They've been reduced to a product on a shelf with a fixed category.
And that is exactly what we are getting into today. Welcome to the Deep Dive, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Today we are exploring a fascinating set of notes on a concept called Beyond Labels.
It's such a great topic.
It really is. Our mission today is to understand why society, and really our own brains, constantly try to pack human complexity into neat little boxes.
Yeah, and we'll look at how to reclaim our complex, unwritten selves.
Exactly. And just a quick note for our listeners, especially those of you who are using this to practice your English, we are going to keep things at a nice, comfortable pace today.
Right. We want to make it easy to absorb these insights.
Yeah, and we'll be highlighting some really beautiful, useful English phrases along the way. So, sit back, relax.
It's a very welcoming vibe today.
Totally. So let's jump right in. Why does it feel like every time we open social media or go to work, we are just drowning in personality types and categories?
Well, it's because we crave those categories. Modern life is just overwhelmed with them.
Oh, absolutely. It's like people constantly ask for your 4 MBTI letters, right? Or your astrology sign.
Yes. Or the classic one, they want to know immediately, are you an introvert or an extrovert?
Right. Beep. Barcode scan.
Exactly. And, this begins long before we ever take a personality test on the internet.
Oh, for sure. Think about childhood.
Right. The labels given by parents or teachers or maybe your first boss.
Being told very early on, things like, you are the sensitive one.
Or you aren't very smart. Or you are just bad at relationships.
Yeah, those early labels really stick.
They do.
Late at night, they don't just feel like passing comments. They feel like heavy, sticky labels.
They turn human beings into standardized commodities, priced and put on a shelf.
Okay, let's unpack this, because before we can break free from these labels, we have to understand the mental machinery that puts them on us in the first place.
Right, the root cause.
Why do our brains do this? I mean, if it feels so bad to be labeled, why are we so obsessed with labeling everyone around us?
Well, what's fascinating here is that the underlying mechanism is actually about survival.
Survival, really?
Yeah, and energy conservation. In psychology, we talk about something called labeling theory. And this works hand in hand with what we call cognitive shortcuts.
Cognitive shortcuts. So how does that actually work in the brain?
Well, your brain is constantly bombarded with just an unfathomable amount of sensory data. Millions of pieces of information every single second.
Wow.
Right? So if your brain had to deeply, philosophically analyze the unique complexity of every single person you interact with.
Like the barista, your coworker, the person on the train?
Exactly. If it analyzed all of them deeply, your neural network would completely overload.
It would just burn out.
It would exhaust itself. So it takes a shortcut.
It categorizes them.
Yes. It categorizes people based on past patterns to make a highly complex world manageable.
That reminds me so much of how I used to clean my messy bedroom when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, instead of actually organizing my toys, my books, my clothes into their proper, nuanced places.
All right, taking the time to do it right.
Yeah, I would just find a massive cardboard box, write miscellaneous on the side with a marker, and literally throw absolutely everything into it.
Ah, yes. It saves so much time.
It saves so much time. But the problem is, you completely lose the unique details of what's actually inside the box.
And that is the exact danger of that miscellaneous box strategy in our minds. Over time, your brain actually forgets that the unique details are even in there.
You just see the label on the outside.
Exactly. You lose the nuance. When neurons fire together repeatedly to make a quick judgment, that neural pathway hardens.
Wow.
So you stop seeing a person who has both quiet moments and loud moments. You just see an introvert. The brain tapes the box shut.
It creates this cognitive flattening. We get completely flattened out.
We do.
And what strikes me about that is the physical anxiety that comes from it.
Yeah.
Because once we are given a label, we feel this immense unspoken pressure to perfectly fit it.
Oh, absolutely. That is the self-fulfilling prophecy of a stereotype.
A stereotype. That's a great vocabulary word for our listeners.
Yeah.
Stereotype.
Yes. When you are stereotyped or categorized as the quiet one at work, for example, you start second-guessing yourself every time you want to speak up in a meeting.
Right. Your heart rate might even go up.
Because stepping outside of your assigned label feels like a social risk. You are violating the expectation.
You are trying to live up to the sticker on your forehead. But, we don't have to just accept the sticker.
No, we don't.
There is a lot of power in explicitly rejecting it. And for those practicing their English, here's some really great, empowering phrases you can use in real life.
Oh, I love these.
When you feel someone trying to flatten your personality, you can simply tell them, "Don't put me in a box."
Don't put us in a box. That is perfect.
Yeah. Or if you are just exhausted by the internet's obsession with personality tests, you can say, "I am tired of being categorized by social media."
Using that specific language to actively reject the category is really the first step.
It's like a verbal boundary.
Exactly. You are alerting your own brain and theirs that the cognitive shortcut is failing. The barcode isn't scanning.
I love that. Beep. Error.
Ha, exactly. Error.
But here's where it gets really interesting, and maybe a bit difficult. Because if we are rejecting the label, what exactly are we embracing?
That is the big question.
Right. If I am not the label society gave me, what am I?
This is where we move into the concept of a fluid identity.
Fluid identity.
Yes. Think of a label as merely the dust jacket on a hardback book, or, that brief little summary blurb on the back cover.
Right. It tells you the general genre.
But it doesn't tell you the story. You are not a summary. You are a massive, multidimensional book that is constantly being written in real time.
Multidimensional. That means having many different complex sides.
Exactly.
So fluid identity, meaning the person you were yesterday isn't exactly who you are today.
Right.
And more importantly, a person who completely messes up today still has, unknown potential for tomorrow.
Yes. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the fundamental danger of not understanding your fluid identity is profound self-limitation.
Self-limitation. How so?
People look at external feedback. Maybe a low score on an evaluation or a personality test, and they internalize it as a permanent state.
Oh, I see.
They think, well, I am an extremely anxious person, so I will never be able to lead a team. Or I'm extremely introverted. I'll never be able to express myself well on stage.
They confuse a temporary state with a permanent label.
Exactly. Feeling exhausted tonight does not make you a failure.
Right.
Choosing to be quiet at a chaotic party doesn't mean you are permanently antisocial.
That makes so much sense.
And it is a massive psychological relief when you shift your perspective to the present moment.
How do you do that?
You just tell yourself, I am choosing to keep quiet right now in this specific room, but that has zero impact on my ability to show wisdom when needed tomorrow.
Okay, I hear that. But let me push back on this a little bit, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because conceptually, having a fluid identity sounds incredibly freeing.
It does.
But practically, I think there is a reason we cling to labels.
Yeah.
Isn't it a bit terrifying to drop them?
Oh, it's very scary.
Right. Because sometimes it feels really comforting to just say, I'm an introvert, because it gives you a socially acceptable excuse to leave a party early.
Yes, it's a great excuse.
Without those labels, don't we feel completely untethered, like we're just sort of lost in the vastness of who we are?
You are touching on a very real, very deep psychological friction there. Yes, it was absolutely terrifying.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Not at all. Dropping your labels removes your safety net. If you can't blame your behavior on being an introvert or a type A personality,
Then what?
then you are entirely responsible for your own choices in the moment. The comfort of a label is that it makes your life predictable.
It is the comfort of a cage.
Exactly. It is a cage that you have decorated yourself, but it still limits your movement.
Wow.
The reality is, our souls are large enough to hold contradictions. You can absolutely enjoy the comfort of leaving a party early, and you can own that choice without permanently branding your identity as someone who hates socializing.
Right.
You have to learn to tolerate the beauty of contrast within yourself.
The beauty of contrast. I really love that. It requires acknowledging your own vastness.
Yes, vastness.
The idea that you have an immense, wide-open space inside you, capable of changing. You are constantly unfolding, slowly revealing new layers over time.
And for our English learners, the empowering phrase that captures this beautifully is, you are an endless book.
You are an endless book.
Yes, or you can say, I am too vast to be defined by a few words.
Those are fantastic phrases. I am too vast to be defined by a few words.
Very powerful.
But, this is where the theory hits the reality of a Monday morning.
Right. Back to real life.
Because it is wonderful to sit here and say, I am an endless book, I hold contradictions. But then you walk into the office.
And someone scans your barcode.
Exactly. A colleague or a manager immediately treats you like a barcode again. They slap that sticky label right back on your forehead.
It happens all the time.
So how do we actually deal with that? How do we wash that off at the end of the day?
Well, understanding fluid identity is great in theory, but you need a deliberate practice to break the cognitive loop.
That practice.
You have to actively reset your nervous system, and there is a specific, concrete nighttime mindfulness practice designed for exactly this.
Oh, perfect.
It is called the unlabeling ritual.
So what does this all mean? How does this ritual actually work?
Well, to really understand it, we have to set the physical scene first.
Okay, let's set the scene.
Imagine a very specific environment. You are in a room, high up in a tall building. It is late at night.
Sounds cozy.
Very. Outside your window, there is a cold, steady rain falling, washing the dust off the city streets. But inside your room, it is completely safe. There is just one warm, soft light glowing in the corner.
I can picture that perfectly.
This raises an important question. Why set this specific scene?
Why?
Because establishing that safe, isolated environment is crucial. It signals to your brain that the social performance is over. There is no one left to impress, no one to perform for.
That makes sense. So what do we do once we're in that mindset?
The ritual itself has 3 distinct steps. The first step is to acknowledge the stickers.
Acknowledge the stickers. Okay, so you lie down in bed and you take a slow, deep breath.
Exactly.
And you visualize all the judgments you faced during the day, the things people called you, the categories they put you in.
Even the harsh things you called yourself.
Right. You visualize those words as actual physical black and white stickers attached to your skin.
Yeah.
And you tell yourself, those are just labels. They are not me.
Physicalizing the words into stickers is a very deliberate psychological technique.
Why is that?
Because it separates the judgment from your core identity. A sticker only sits on the surface. It is cheap, it is temporary, and it can be removed.
It's not permanently tattooed on you.
Exactly. Which leads directly into the second step, peeling them off gently.
Peeling them off. So with every exhale, you imagine a gentle hand reaching down and completely peeling off those words.
Yes.
Annoying. Peel it off. Clumsy. Peel it off. Not good enough.
And the key instruction here is to do this without any anger. You just watch the stickers evaporate and blow out the window like confetti in the night breeze.
Without any anger. That sounds hard if someone was really mean to you.
It can be hard, but the lack of anger is the most important part of that step.
Why?
If you fight the label with anger, like if you lie in bed thinking, I can't believe they called me clumsy, I'm not clumsy, you are still deeply engaged with the label.
Oh, you are still giving it energy.
Exactly. Your brain is still firing those neural pathways. Anger gives the label power. By gently peeling it off and letting it simply evaporate, you are starving it of energy.
Wow.
You are restoring nuance to your life. You are actively rejecting external definitions.
Reclaiming your inner peace. That word, nuance, is so important here. It means the small, subtle details that make you complex.
Yes, because no one is just one simple thing.
And once those stickers are gone, we move to the final step. Step 3. Embrace the blank page.
This is where you really reclaim your potential.
You rest your hand on your lower stomach. You feel the physical rhythm of your breath. And you declare that tomorrow is a completely dry, clean, unwritten blank page.
A blank page.
You have the absolute freedom to improvise, to use any colors you want.
Doing this creates a profound physical release. Your nervous system finally realizes it doesn't have to carry the weight of a manufactured identity into the next morning.
It is incredibly relieving just to think about.
Isn't it?
It feels like peeling off a tight, scratchy, uncomfortable uniform that you were forced to wear all day just to impress others.
Yes. Perfect analogy.
You finally get to just breathe in your own skin. And to seal this feeling, there is a final grounding affirmation to end the day.
And the phrasing of this affirmation is specifically designed to counter every cognitive shortcut society uses against us.
So listeners, imagine the sound of warm, deep, lo-fi background music playing quietly in that high-altitude room.
Just a nice low-pass filter.
Yeah, you can hear the soft crackle of an old vinyl record spinning. You are safe. You are completely unburdened. And you say this:
Let's hear it.
I am not a product to be labeled. I am an endless book, still being written. Tonight I release all external definitions. I am wild, I am fluid, and I am beautifully unwritten.
I am beautifully unwritten. It actively rejects the barcode.
It really does. Wow. We have covered some deeply transformative ground today.
I really have.
We started by looking at the hardwiring of the brain, how those cognitive shortcuts force us to categorize complex people into simple boxes just to save mental energy.
Right, the miscellaneous box.
Yeah. And we saw how those labels, over time, flatten us out and create the physical pressure of social anxiety.
And we countered that by exploring fluid identity.
The endless book.
Exactly. The understanding that you are not a fixed commodity on a shelf. You are multidimensional, capable of holding contradictions and constantly unfolding.
Finally, we grounded those ideas in the nighttime unlabeling ritual, acknowledging the day's stickers, peeling them off gently without anger, and waking up to the vast freedom of a blank page.
Because you are not inventory.
You are an ongoing story.
Beautifully said.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a final question to ponder. We talked a lot about the grocery store scanner today.
The beep that permanently tells the world your fixed category.
Right. But what if the scanner is broken? What if you truly wake up tomorrow morning as a completely blank page with absolutely zero labels from your past to dictate your behavior?
What a freeing thought.
If that happened, what is the very first unexpected thing you would choose to do?
That is a fascinating thought to take into tomorrow.
Think about it. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us, everyone. We will see you next time.